Surface area is like wrapping paper. Where does the surface area go? Around on the outside, right? Okay, so if you're going to find the surface area of a pyramid or of a cone, you do not want the height like we used before. You do not want the height that goes down the middle. That would be for volume. For surface area, you want the height that is on the surface. And in pyramids and cones, the surface is slanted. So that is sometimes called the slant height. That is sometimes called the lateral height. It's going to be used with a little L like I'll show you. But you need to use, whenever it says surface area, you need to use the height that is on the slanted surface. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple and test you a little bit. See which one is the right height that you would want to use. So, the vertex, you guys already know this, we kind of went backwards. The vertex is the point opposite from the base. Here, the base is the square right here, or rectangle, doesn't tell us. Okay, the height. The height for volume would be the height that comes straight down. The height for surface area would be the one that goes from the vertex down the side. Let me draw that better. From the vertex down the side. That's the height that you want to use for the surface area because it's on the surface. Okay, it's going to be labeled with a capital L. L for slant height. Okay, if you were going to try to find volume, you would have used the one that went down the middle. For, let me just do this one in green. For volume, you would have used this one, and this one's called the height. Okay, so you have to know the differences. In the formulas, the volume formulas have an H for the one down the middle. The surface areas have a formula with the L. That's for the slant. So we're going to use an H for altitude. I'm going to use an L for slant height. My L's are always cursive because otherwise they look like a 1. All right, any questions on that? So for surface area, we are going to use the surface height. Sometimes I just call it the surface height because it's the one that goes from the vertex down to the base, but it's on the slanted part. All right, so same thing here. This one would be the height. You already have these drawn. You don't have to redraw them. This one would be for volume. This one would be for surface area. Okay, so know that difference. So look at this one right here. They give you 12.6. Would we use that one for surface area? Yes, because it's on the surface. Okay. For this one right here, would we use this? Just pencils down this one. We're going to just go through a quick little look here. This one goes straight down. Is that one going to be used for surface area or for volume? Volume. Good. Surface area height, volume height. What about this one? Is this good for surface area or is this good for volume? Volume. What about this one? Surface area, good. And if you need one of them, you're going to have to use Pythagorean theorem to figure it out. All right, last couple here. Which one of these would work for surface area, A or B? A, excellent, because that one's on the surface. If you ever need to find the surface area, you would draw a right triangle and you would find the missing part like we've done before. All right, pencils back up. Your formulas are very similar, except the capital B is still for base area. The capital P is still for the perimeter around the base, whereas we use a C for circumference when they're circles. So when we're dealing with surface area, we want to use the L. Draw that in there to help you remember. You want the one that's on the slant. You want the one that's on the slant because we're talking about surface area. So surface area, go down to the bottom one. Surface area is one of the bases plus the perimeter times the slant height divided by 2. L, just let me write this up here for you too. L equals the slant height. Slant height. All right. So again, it's just plugging it in. You still need to find capital B, the area of the base. You still need to find the perimeter or the circumference around the base. And then you need to make sure you use the correct slant height right there. 1 base plus perimeter times the slant height divided by 2. The place where people make the most mistakes is right here. They choose the wrong height to plug in right there. Of these two, which one do you think is the lateral part? The capital B or the PL over 2? PL over 2, that's the lateral part, that's right. Because the lateral is everything but the base. Alright, so you can do the same thing for cone using perimeter, using circumference instead of perimeter. Tomorrow, we're going to spend a little time just using the simple formulas for cones and cylinders, but you can't use that for every shape. You can only use that in one case. Alright, so for a cone, the surface area could be base times the circumference instead of perimeter times the slant height divided by 2. But the simpler formula is base is pi r squared and circumference is 2 pi r. So you could write it this way. We're going to practice these kind of formulas tomorrow, but they only work in one case. Right? Except remember how it's divided by 2? So then that's what it comes out to. Alright, what would this lateral part be? The lateral is the part that's not the basis, so it's circumference times slant height divided by 2, which comes out to pi r l. And the lateral part is just that cone part. It's like the cone without the ice cream. Just that cone, that's the lateral. Okay. So we're going to use these now in 4 examples, and then we're just going to practice. The thing about this is picking the right base, and then picking the right formula, plugging everything in. Who's still writing? All right, open it up so that both pages are showing, please. And look at this one. It says to round to the nearest tenth. It doesn't tell us to keep it in terms of pi, so we're going to use the pi button, but we're going to use it at the very end. All right, find the lateral area and the surface area. So let's start off with the base. What shape do we have for the base? Circle. Radius of 8. We need the base area, and we need the perimeter, or in our case, it's called circumference. Okay, we're going to do everything in terms of pi until the very end. So base area, pi r squared. You guys are going to have that formula sheet, and I'll have the formula sheets for you tomorrow. The same ones you'll be able to use on tests. You have to be able to find it and know exactly how to use it. Pi r squared. What's the radius again? 8. So we're going to write it like this. Pi times 8 squared. But do your PEMDAS. 8 squared is 64. And then times pi. Let's leave the pi till the end. Circumference, same thing as perimeter. Goes around the formula. Anybody remember? Yeah, and you have that in your formula sheet as well. So that is 2 times pi times 8, or 16 pi. Okay, so using our formula, surface area is 1 base, capital B, plus, no, the R was the 8, and then that makes me 16. Base plus the circumference times the slant height, and then divided by 2. Cut in half because it's going up to a slim point. It's not going straight up. Alright, so when we are missing something, we're going to have to find it to plug it in. The base area, 64 pi. Plus circumference. Circumference is 16 pi. Some of you might say, well, I already know I'm going to divide by 2, so you could make that 8 pi. But I'm going to write it all out. cones away. 16 pi times the slant height, and then we're going to divide by 2. All right. Is this my slant height? No. I'm going to need to find the slant height. So I'm going to draw it in here. Actually, I'll draw it on the other side. And then we're going to use Pythagorean theorem to find it. Okay, in this case, we know that this side is 6. What is this side right here? 8. Good. And we need to find L, the slant height. This side is 6, this side is 8. This is the hypotenuse. So, Pythagorean theorem helps us find it. L is the hypotenuse. You'll say L squared equals 6 squared plus 8 squared. Find that in your calculator. Tell me what L would be.
L squared is 100, and then what's L?
10. Good. L squared is 100. L is 10. So then we have a 10 right here. And I'm going off on the screen. Alright, so we have times 10. And then we divide it out by 2. So this is 64 pi plus 160 divided by 2, it's all going to come to 80 pi. So then I'm going to ask you for 2 questions. What's the surface area and what's the lateral area? And then at the end, we'll put it all to the nearest 10. Surface area, add those together. They're like terms. They all have pi. 64 pi plus 80 pi. All you have to do is add the 64 and the 80 together. 144 pi. Now go ahead and do 144 times the pi button because the directions said nearest tenth this time. You got to do whatever the directions say. Should be times, well, it should be roughly 3 times bigger. Times. And then the pi button's down here on the bottom. And then it equals 452.4. No. Yeah, 452.4. And that would be centimeters. And since it's surface area, we say centimeters squared. Don't forget the square. All right, now on the tests and quizzes, they might ask you for the lateral area. Which number do you use for the lateral area? The 80 pi. Good. The part that has no base on it. So that's 80 pi. Go ahead and do that in your calculator. 80 times the pi button. It would be a little bit over 240. 251.3 centimeters squared. Surface area is always squared. You know, that one was harder because they didn't give us the slant height. Sometimes they will. But it's all about finding the base, finding the right formula, and plugging it in. So let's do a couple more together, and then you guys try some where you're helping me with it. Anyone still writing? So these are our final answers. If you were taking a multiple choice test, you would have to look and see exactly what the question was and what your options are. All right, number 2. Number 2, write in that this is a 15 right here. You really need that information. You need to know that it's a square. First of all, let me ask you this question. Is this the height that we want when we're trying to find surface area? Yeah, so we're not going to have to do that extra step. So the base. The base is a square. And this time, we're just going to be plugging in all about the base. It's not so much about the radius. We need base area for our formulas, and we need perimeter for our formulas. Surface area. Look at your paper. Look at the one to the other side. Tell me what the formula is that I should use. Get practice finding it and writing it. Look back to the other side. Right there on your left, Bernice.
Can you tell me what that formula is for the one with the pyramid? That's right. Good. Thank you. Base area times the perimeter times the slant height over 2. But you don't have to memorize that. You need to find it, and you need to know what each number or each letter stands for. All right, so we need to find base area, we need to find perimeter, and we need to know what the slant height is. So looking right here, base area is this, and the square is the easiest kind. Capital B, area of this base. It's a square. What's the area of a square? 15 times 15, so 225, good. 15 times 15. All right, and of course there's no pi involved. Perimeter. The perimeter around this one, 15, 15, 15, and 15. So what do we get for that one? 60. There's 4 of this side, so we'll make it 60. Okay. You guys already told me that you know the slant height. They gave us the right height that we need, so we don't need to use the Pythagorean theorem, but we just need to plug in. Base area we found was 225. Plug that in. Plus capital P, we know that's 60. We found that already. Slant height. What's the slant height in this picture? 12, yep. Goes down the slants. And then we still divide by 2. But it's not the whole thing divided by 2. It's just everything after the plus sign. The perimeter times the slant height divided by 2. So the 225 is not going to change. But 60 divided by 2 is 30. 30 times 12, 360. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I just did that in my head. I got 360. Right? Huh? No, I'm asking you to check and make sure that it's right. I'm using little tricks. Alright, so let's do it this way. Make a spot for the surface area and make a spot for the lateral area. The surface area, 5, 8, is that right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. All right, and what's the lateral part? 360 feet squared. Okay, number 3, we're going to stop and just do this like a little at a time where you guys try it. But first of all, I am going to help you draw the picture because I think that might help you. Anyone still writing on this one? All right, number 3, it says it's a right cone. That means that it's standing straight. It's not leaning or it's not oblique. So you draw a point up here. And they tell us it has a radius of 5. That's going to be helpful. And they tell us that it's an altitude of 23. Look at me for a second. Is this the altitude, number 1? Or is this the altitude number 2? Look at me for a second. Altitude this way or altitude this way? 1 or 2? 1. Altitude is straight. This one's slanted height. So the altitude that they gave you is the one that's drawn straight down. That's 23. Is that the one we want for surface area? No. Good. So you're going to have to find the slant height right here. Take a second right now on your own. Do the Pythagorean theorem. Find slant height. Figure out what L will be. L squared equals. Solve that one. It would be 5 squared plus 23 squared. And what'd you get? 23.5? Okay. Look. Write that better. Alright, so that's 23.5. Now, next, deal with the base. Alright, I see it, I'll take it, but don't make it look like you're on a cell phone either, like it's hidden under your jacket. Alright, so the base, I'm not going to search it now, but you guys know the truth. Alright, capital B. Find that capital B. Find the surface area. Right now, I would like for you to know what the capital B is and what the perimeter is. The base is a circle of radius 5. Go. Take a minute. Calculate the base area. We've done that many, many times. And calculate the circumference, which is the same as perimeter. All right, what do you get for base area? 25 pi. Pi times 5 squared. Good. What do you get for circumference? 10 pi. 2 times pi times 5. Good. For surface area, it is 1 base plus the circumference times the slant height divided by 2. So our base is 25 pi. Our circumference is 10 pi. Our slant height is 23.5, so we just have to include that in there. And we divide it all by 2. So at this point, you might want to go ahead and use the pi button because it has that decimal in there anyway. So 25 pi, that's like 78.5, right? Is that right? Y'all agree? Alright, so for the total, please add that to 78.5. If I can do it, I got 0.6 there. Got a 7. Got a 4. Tell me if I'm wrong. And that one was meters squared. What would the lateral area be? 369.1. Good. Meters squared. Alright, I'm going to ask you guys to try number 4 with a partner. However, before you do that, I want to discuss. Do you have the slant height that you need for number 4? No. Good. So let's draw it in there so you know which one you're supposed to use. For this one, you need to draw the slant height here. That's what you need to find. But the triangle's not done yet. You need to finish the triangle right here. And what would this bottom part be? 2. Excellent. Because it stopped in the middle of the 4. It's 2 all the way across. Alright, so I'm going to set the timer for about 3 minutes. If you finish early, just go ahead to your home. Okay, I'm going to put the answer up. I need you to be honest, and if you didn't get it right, I want you to raise your hand while there's time for me to walk around and help people. Okay? So the slant height came out to 5.4, the base area was 16, the perimeter was 16, plug it all in, and this is what you have. Whenever you have a test or a quiz, can I borrow this? You are going to have boxes with all these formulas that you need. Okay, I'm going to have that for you tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to have a few shapes, and I'm going to ask you to find the lateral area, the surface area, and the volume. Okay? All on the same shape. That way, you can decide this. You can decide what the information is that you need. Alright, get out your homework packet. Start on those. If you had any questions on number 4, I am here. I'm walking around.
Are we doing circumference?
No, she went for sure. She got it.
Is this 2 pi r?
Tomorrow needs to be.
show you.
Did you always like before? Can't you go 4.0 times pi so then you get the number? Isn't that the same as 4?
On your homework?
Oh, no, when you're doing
Where's the 4? That's what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah.
It only took